I want to talk a little bit about timing with you, and how important timing is when training your dog. This here is Duke, and despite his very large size, Duke is like 9-10 months old now. Now, that is a bit of an estimation because he was a dumped puppy, but he is still a puppy, nevertheless, okay? Duke is very excited, very large, very excitable. And so I worked with his owner on this using George, my fake dog, and kind of going over timing with him. But let's see that in real time, okay? Now you saw I just reached into my pouch and he kind of looked at my pouch, right? So I'm gonna ask Duke to do something. Sit, yes. Okay, and now I'm gonna reach in my pouch and pay him. Okay? And you see how he kind of calmly walked out of that sit? Well, let's see what happens if I change my timing. Sit, yes. See the excitement in that hop there? My mark and my payment came at the same time, okay? Sit, yes. See how he's like, ooh, right? He gets a bit excited. Now, because we've worked on this, he's not as excited as he was when he was early on in his training and we were trying to fix his owner's timing, okay? But when you're trying to build impulse control in a dog that has no impulse control on their own, if your timing for your mark to payment is not correct, then you're going to create a lack of impulse control, which is going to bleed into creating or building duration of the behavior later, right? If the moment that you mark, you offer that reward, like simultaneously, mark and reward at the same time, if you do those at the same time consecutively, right? Then when it's time to build duration to that behavior, as soon as you say something with your mouth, even though maybe you're using a different mark, like I use yes, meaning you can stop doing it, that was good. And I use good, meaning I like what you're doing, keep doing it, okay? But as soon as I open my mouth to say something, my dog's like, ooh, let's go, right? If I don't have a bridge or a pause between my mark and my payment, okay? So I tell people all the time, mark, move, reward, okay? But it's not even just mark, move, reward. It's not reaching into your pouch. A lot of times people want to be fumbling with their rewards, right? Now what's he paying attention to? He's not actually paying attention to me. He's paying attention to what my hand's doing, right? But if I'm reaching into my reward pouch as I'm marking, then now the movement into my pouch also becomes part of the mark, right? Dogs can process one input at a time. They're either going to process an audible input or a visual input. Your dog is going to be significantly more proficient at processing visual inputs over audible inputs. So if we mark and reach in our pouch at the same time, this visual input of reaching in for my bait is going to become part of my mark, indicating to him it's time to break. So then what happens when you build duration, or you're trying to build duration? Your dog's in a sit stay, they're doing really well, and you're ready to go pay them, and you go to reach in your pouch and your dog breaks. Dang it, now you can't pay him, right? Very unfortunate. So we don't want to create a situation where our reaching for payment becomes part of our mark for the behavior, indicating the dog can stop doing something. Okay, so the way that I train, yes means I like that thing you just did. You can come to me for a reward. So when I ask him to do something, sit. You're going to show your butt. Yeah. Sit. Yes. Move. I'm going to reach in my pouch and I'm going to get my payment for him. Okay. Now, if he was an early on dog, I would do this a little bit differently. I would have a few pieces of food ready, or my food pouch ready. I'm going to use some kibble here because he doesn't care as long as it's food. I would have some food ready, and I would have a handful of food. I'd keep it at muzzle level, and I would just go up over the head. Sit, yes, move, pay. You dropped it. Sit, yes, move, pay. Okay? Sit, yes, move, pay. Okay? But as he gets better with this, I want to make my bridge longer. Okay? So I do that by asking him, sit, yes, move, pay. Okay? And then I can reach a point where I just keep my food in my pouch, sit, yes, move, and then I can reach and offer him the payment. Okay? So why do I do it this way? Well, I want to elongate my bridge, right? The bridge being the time between when I mark and when I pay the dog for the behavior. Okay? And this allows me to then build impulse control duration later. But when I'm first starting a dog off, I want to try to get as many repetitions as humanly possible very, very quickly without the dog getting distracted in between or offering me a sit. Because a lot of times what I see my clients do is that they'll have their food and they'll sit here and their dog will automatically sit. And then they move and they walk their dog. And then they try to bring their dog back to the front of them. And the dog automatically sits before they're ready to even do anything. So then they're paying their dog, but they never actually cued the dog to do anything, right? They're just paying their dog for an implied behavior. We're trying to teach cued behavior in this instance. So we want to make sure that we're cueing the dog. So we're going to keep our bait at nose level, muzzle level, right? And we're going to cue the dog with a gesture. Sit, yes, move, pay. The dog's now back at muzzle level. He's standing. I'm just going to go right back into it. Sit, yes, move, and pay. Back at muzzle level. I can go back into it. Sit, yes, move, pay. Okay. Now he's much further along in his training, but I'm just using him because I got to work him anyway. So I'm just using him as a demo dog to show you how that can change where your dog is at, right? I do teach dogs to automatically sit. When I'm training show dogs, I alter that for them to teach them to stand in different equipment, okay? So it is a very different process. But your timing is really vital for building impulse control, and your bridge, or the timing between your mark and your reward distribution, will go from being here to here to here to here to here, right? And so we want to build that bridge and expand on that bridge as the dog progresses through training. This helps build that impulse control in them. You can take a dog that typically displays good impulse control and you can cause them to lose impulse control by not having an expanded bridge throughout your training. So I hope this was an interesting topic for you. If you have any questions about it, you're welcome to drop comments in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you, and train on. Remember, focusing on correct balance training helps unleash the balance in your dog.